And we're back. We're back. Like, it's been a long time, man. As in, guys, I mean, it's almost 2-3 weeks. I've almost even forgotten how to do this podcast. It's crazy. All of you, Oscar went on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Queen died.
Oh, my days.
I mean, shit.
Who cares,
I got a few tips from the Sheikh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay, first, before we get into it,
Okay.
let's just let you guys know, for the people that are not watching on YouTube, who's on with us today. On my right to left, we have Salvy.
True.
Salvy FC, and then
Prof Oskie,
and of course, finally,
StickdatboiFC.
Okay, so guys, I don't even know where we're going to start because it seems like, I mean, so long ago.
a lot of things have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know even if it's worth going back to our old teams and discussing our old teams because, I mean, first of all, I didn't want to do that because I was shit. But
I saw you had a 53. That was okay.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Well,
Just above average.
See, exactly.
Three points above average. That's
He's doing well so far, so you can talk.
He is. What did you get last week?
61. I'm not.
know.
I just want to
God, when
be first at the end.
61, right?
Yeah, I had
That was good.
Is that above you?
Oh man, I had a 63. So since we're previewing,
No, on the log.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my guy.
I'm above Prof. Oskie.
yeah, because on our yard
Boys.
you're number 1, he's number 2, and number 3.
Yeah.
How it should be, man. For now,
What's Bond's number?
it's somewhere there.
You guys should fuck off, man.
But for the
So let's get back to it. Let's get
record,
Hey!
Bond, just for the record, I'll finish above Salvy and Prof. Oskie. So yeah.
This season, right?
Yeah.
So please, can you say that to that camera? Please say that to that camera over there.
This season, I'll finish above Prof. Oskie and Don Salvy.
When is
Just for the record.
We'll check it out. Game week 30. I'll be happy for you. Right? I'll be happy for you because it will show improvement.
You get me? You get me?
But what do you think will happen?
I think So the thing about fantasy is that there are technical weeks. I don't think he's still on the learning phase of technical weeks, right? And we haven't gotten there yet. So I know that because he doesn't know the right time to use chips. And I've used any chip this season.
Yeah.
Which one have you used?
I used my first wild card.
That's not really a chip. It's fine because you have 3 wild cards.
Exactly.
But I think you'll do well. You'll do well because
See, first of all, I've just come to realize that the preview, I mean, we've already talked about, we had a game week that was like a half game week, right? And I mean, different people did different things on that game week.
6 or so, yeah.
Yeah, I won't even know how you guys navigated that game week because first of all, a lot of teams didn't play. And, so we had a situation whereby we just played half the amount of teams. So did you do your wild card on that day? Did you take a -4? I'll start with Salvy. What did you do?
So yeah, I took a 4-point hit. I was tempted to play my wild card or free hit chip, but I looked at it that, you know what, it's short game week and we may not have so many goals. And let me save it for after the international break. So I still have my wild card, my free hits, my triple captain and bench boost, all my chips intact. For this game week, I'm going to hold on again, one more game week, if I play on my chips.
One of your chips?
Any of my chips, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Prof. Oskie? What did you do in the game?
Okay, so like I said, technically I used my wild card, right? And that's because
You use a wild card or technically?
And I used grammar.
it was good time to use your wild card, right? It was very good time.
I agree too.
You have 3 wild cards this season because of the World Cup. So another wild card will probably come around game week 16 and everything. So yeah, it is. It's all. I mean, if you followed FPL from the beginning, you know that that's how. you know that this thing.
Let's go.
And yeah, it's you.
Personally,
But I know the end. But I know the end.
So I used my wild card. I don't exactly think I did well in the game week. I did better than the people here, but it was a 63. I know, and I got the players I wanted to get. What's interesting is that when I previewed most people's game week, right, I realized that some things that we had been talking about on this show have started to work out. People who believe in trends have suddenly taken trends out, like Salvy, that spoke so much.
I said this thing,
and it's so funny. It's so
4 game weeks away.
Yeah, and it's so funny that even Trent might not even make the English World Cup team. Are you aware?
Woo!
Let's see how it goes.
It will.
You know, we're going to get that. We're going to get back to, you know, the English team and, you know, and form and all that in the second part. But let's focus on that. I mean, so what were your major moves, would you say, in your wildcard this?
Okay, so I had to bring in De Bruyne, who I also captained. Cancelo did well for me. I brought in White because I realized that Arsenal will probably have a few clean sheets and the price of White was very good. I didn't have Trippier. I brought in Trippier as well. And so all of these players came together to give me 63. Although from our standards, like what we'll try to do on official Naija FPL is that we make sure that you don't even get less than 70 points a game week. But that game week was quite funny.
I just realized that when I looked at Oscar Knight's team, after his wildcard, his team looked very much like mine. It's weird. The difference between him and ours was just
I don't see any advantage.
He captained De
Bruyne.
He captained De Bruyne. I didn't play my wildcard, which is a weird thing. Yeah. But our teams look very similar, so it looks like someone is copying somebody. But I'll let you tell it.
But some guys in our league, they have Son and they captain them.
Yes, and those people they use Jazz. I swear, because I don't understand.
I was tempted to bring in Son, but even if I did, I will make my captain.
Sticky, yeah. So what special moves did you do?
Yeah, like Prof. Oskie said, technically, I used my wild card also.
I don't understand what you mean technically. Wait. Be honest,
timing.
Yeah,
Okay.
timing.
Yeah.
I just projected that. Okay, yeah. I had like 4 of my guys that were not going to play,
right.
And you know the guys I brought in Trippier, I brought in Pope, I brought in Martinelli and Ivan Toney, and Barnes. Yeah. So I looked at the future. Game week 9, 10, 11, 12. Zoom. You get me? And I finished with 61 with the wild card. But
so 2 points
looking
behind
forward.
us.
So who did you guys captain? Let me just go real quick.
Haaland. I captained Haaland.
Alan, permanent captain.
What was your highest game point last game?
So about 90.
The highest point last week was a female. She did 90 something? I'm not really sure. And I think she had Son as well.
Yeah.
And and Captain Son, and it just made all of us look really ordinary. So yes, the difference between Prof. Oskie and I was basically De Bruyne. And I didn't even do a -4. I just took out Salah and brought in De Bruyne. I think my team is balanced.
Salah all this well.
Had Salah before the game week, most a lot of people. Wow. But please, if you still have Salah, I don't know what you're still doing with him.
Okay, so we'll probably have to talk into when we're talking about captain choices on this Salah one.
Even for captain choices, even your game week.
Your team, basically.
So are you saying people should have Salah?
No. So I'm just gonna explain. First things first, the choice of Haaland and De Bruyne is probably those kind of choices are probably going to make the difference in the season because a lot of people are going to throw their keys on Haaland.
Obviously.
And just lucky there, right? But always remember that in the true sense, Haaland has scored a lot of goals this season, but I don't think he's played so well. The Haaland I know, he's just been a goal scorer. So if he plays against teams that have like big defenders and everything, then he'll have a little problem scoring more than De Bruyne in the game week because the goals can come anywhere and it will always be through De Bruyne, which is why De Bruyne is here. That's why I chose De Bruyne. If he's playing, I think they're playing Manchester United next. Yeah. It would only be wise to captain Haaland.
Hey, that's another segment. So while we're on it, take a break.
So when we talk about the captains.
And we're back from the break. We just had to go top up drinks and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into the fixtures next week. I'd like Oscar to go. Let's start with that. Spurs is playing Arsenal.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So I'd like to talk about this. So Arsenal is at home. So I like to talk about this, Arsenal is at home. Arsenal has had a good time at home and Spurs never really gets it easy with Arsenal. On another game week, I would have said that good players to pick for your teams would have been like a Son and a Kane. But Kane hasn't really done it at home at the Emirates in about 2 games. Son has had better luck, but with Arsenal's form right now, I would still not advise you to pick a Son against Arsenal at home. And
especially after the hat-trick?
No, even after the hat-trick, it's a different game. And then both teams have had like a balanced team from defense to attack. But Spurs has considered the most goals from the center in the season so far, right? So everything from the middle has always been Spurs' weakness, defense-wise, rather than coming from the wings. And so that is a game that you really have to check out Jesus for, because Jesus plays well at home, and beyond playing well at home, Spurs is weak in the middle, and they've conceded most of their goals from the middle. So I would say, so in this game, if I look at the players in this game, I'll look at Jesus as a standout player for the game, and I'll come back and say I said it. And he's a good captain choice. If Arsenal scores more than one goal, it will be a Jesus day.
Okay. Is there anything to add to that?
Wow.
That game, I want to play to many Arsenal sets. Like for me, I'll put Ben White on the bench. I'll play Martinelli and Jesus. But I'll play all my Arsenal sets.
So are you guys telling me I made a wrong choice by taking out Jesus?
You took out Jesus and brought who?
Ivan Tony.
Jesus and for Tony.
I honestly took out.
I have Martinelli.
I'm just advising, right? Because I honestly took out Jesus as well.
Okay.
I made a mistake, so I took out Jesus. Not because I know that I'm going to take him out, because I realized that he might not catch up with the goals as much as I thought he would catch up with the goals. So I took him out to get to get my team stronger and get Isak in. Right?
I think Jesus will score more than
Isak
Isak.
is injured. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I already have like a downtime in my team.
So the game points you.
So are you trying to say,
No,
in fact,
it
we are going to
it's
take
fine.
a lot of time just dissecting that. Are you trying to say Jesus or Isak will get more goals than Jesus?
So no, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that for
necessarily,
Jesus' price, I wanted to strengthen my midfield and use a weaker.
Okay, we spent a lot of time talking about this game. Let's merge the next two games. We have Bournemouth, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Chelsea.
Well, for me,
Chelsea,
that was Bournemouth. Bournemouth, Brentford. I see Tony in that game, and he has a couple of.
So Bournemouth they've tightened up since their new manager. They've not taken as many goals in.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have said it would have been Akbere if it was.
No, I still feel with your new coach, I still feel Ivan Toney is set out to prove guys wrong.
But he didn't enjoy the international break with England. I was thinking he'll play games and maybe score a goal. And maybe that will lift up his.
That's third segment. Let's not go into tech segments now.
I still feel like.
So Mbeumo and Tony should do well in that game. Brentford has been a decent team, right? Bournemouth has considered goals from their left, and that's where Mbeumo will be coming from. And then they've considered aerial goals as well, right, from the center as well. And that's where you need a Tony, right? Because Tony has also done well with aerial goals. So I see Tony doing very well, and I see like some Mbeumo assists at the same time. Yeah.
All the Chelsea games, Tiki.
Crystal Palace is a tough one. Crystal Palace at home.
Crystal Palace is at home, and it's a tough one. I don't know. Chelsea's defense has been shaky.
You have James,
but I still have James.
So let's stick with James, right?
Yeah, let's stick with it. I also have Zaha, and I feel he's gonna yield points.
So would you keep James and Zaha?
Yeah, I will. I mean, so for James,
be involved.
James is an attacking asset, and even when he gets goals, even when he doesn't even when he concedes, he's always still giving points. So I feel
I'll be a little careful on the Chelsea assets, to be honest. I mean, if you have James, you should keep James. James is James, right? But let's see how they fuse with their new gaffer.
That's actually the thing I was going to say, because you have a new gaffer. It's not. Yes, they've had time, with international break and of course the Queen's demise to gel up a bit. Why are people laughing? She died, didn't she? Anyway, so they've had time to play together, and they're actually surprised.
But the London derby, so always factor that in. Palace will come out guns blazing. I know Vieira attacking football all the way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it could be like a game of 2-1, 3-2.
But they're standout players that you want to call from that game.
Zaha for Palace.
When I say standout players that you should have in your team, because the game is going to be tough for Zaha as well.
It's true. But Chelsea they've been conceding.
Is there any captain choice in that game?
No, not at all.
I don't think
the game
so.
should not. You can do without any assets in that game.
Okay, let's move on to Fulham, Newcastle, and Liverpool Brighton.
Yeah, let me do Liverpool Brighton. So I took out Salah last game week.
Speaking of your chest, you seem very unsure. Can you hear him?
I took out Salah and Trent last game week. I still have theirs. I bought in De Bruyne for Salah. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring Salah in. I have just -4. Sorry, my free transfer. I'll bring in Salah for De Bruyne. And I may likely captain Salah. I believe he'll come good this game week. Mark my words.
The thing is, they're playing Brighton. That is a very difficult side.
You know, but so Anfield, Liverpool, they need goals. They're not playing very well. They've had a break. Klopp is balanced now, and I feel they'll come out all guns blazing. And I still keep Diaz. Everybody has Diaz anyway, but Salah will come good. Trust me.
So I want to agree with the veteran, on the Salah pick. But having to switch De Bruyne back for Salah is what I don't understand, because I think Salah is going to come good in this game. Salah has a very good record against Brighton, an extremely good record against Brighton. He's got a number of goals against them. And in the season so far, just behind De Bruyne, Salah probably has the highest expected assists, right? If you look at the numbers, I can't remember what it was. I think it's about 1.73 or something per game. Highest expected assists, even though he's not done so well. But you notice he's been assisting. Yeah. Now, Salah also having a good record. Now Salah also having a good record against Brighton. Might be a little different this season, because I see the blogs trying to say that Salah is like the best captain choice this week. But is Nunez going to play? I said at the beginning of the season, Salah is no more playing like the former Salah. So if Nunez is playing, Salah is more prone to give assists.
But I think Liverpool, so they've been off form as a team. So this is about Salah. Yes, 9-0, about 7-0.
We're going to talk about this team forever. But I agree with you that I agree with you that with Nunez playing, it's going to change the dynamics of it. So let's just go through it. Salah, yes or no?
Salah, yes.
Salah, yes or no?
Good captain choice, yeah.
No, I'm
not convinced neither. I still believe that Liverpool do well this game week, but I'm not sure that Salah would. I don't think.
For me, Salah is off radar for me for now.
Yeah,
Salah
especially against
except he does something in the next 2-3 game weeks.
Brighton is a very compact and very ball playing side. So yeah,
I'm worried.
We haven't spoken about Fulham and Newcastle.
So
now,
Fulham,
that's a tough team. That's a tough game.
So Fulham, Newcastle. Newcastle they've what's that English phrase again? Is it flatter to deceive or deceive? How do you say it again?
Yeah, flatter to deceive, yeah.
Yeah, so Newcastle makes you think like they have a good back line, but they've been conceding somewhat. Quietly, yeah, they've been conceding. Fulham too, same thing, but Fulham's, and then for both teams, right, they've been able to take most of their chances. Sure. They don't had so many chances, but they've been able to take most of their chances. Newcastle, on the other hand, having neither here or there in taking their chances. So I don't know if I want to see standout players in that game. Yeah, but there will be a standout player, it will be Mitrovic. But even at Mitrovic, the Newcastle defense is still good, but they still get to leak like 1 or 2 goals.
But they also have a very good keeper.
Yeah, so me, I have Mitrovic.
The keeper is up there because he's saved penalties.
I've been tempted to swap Mitrovic for Tuni, but Mitrovic has not. I mean, he's becoming good bar last game week, so I'll keep him for this game week.
I have Mitrovic. The only reason why I don't have Tuni is because I can't afford him. I'm hoping that some things will happen in the future. Maybe I'll sell Cancelo or something and afford Mitrovic.
Cancelo.
I'm just saying. You never know.
Yeah.
But to be able to afford, because my team is balanced in a way that it is a like for. So I take someone out and then I have someone to put it in. So it's just that kind of way. But let's move on to the next.
Before you move on, the derby, Manchester.
Yes, Manchester derby. I mean, I was getting there.
Come on.
I mean, the Manchester derby. Personally, I don't know. I think it's going to be a really tight game. I don't think.
Where's it played? Where's it going to be played?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Where's it going to be played?
So they're playing it in City. I mean, it's still in Manchester. Both in Manchester, but City ground. City's at home.
City boys.
So I think the last 3-4 games against those teams. Yeah, I can't really figure whether it was home or away or something.
So personally, for me, what I was going to say is this: Martinez in centre back, right? He does well against fast, the Jesuses of this world.
Yeah.
The fast small forwards, right?
And the big guys.
Well, I would love to see what Haaland does to Martinez.
Oh my God.
It would be a thing.
Oh my
to
God.
watch.
People say Haaland should run towards.
Oh my God.
And not Varane.
That is something I would love to see. See, to me, that's the X factor in this game.
Yeah.
If we would see that in the first 10 minutes, if
Just a little something. I'm looking forward to that game because I have 3 City assets.
Does anybody have Man U assets?
No, I don't. I do not.
I do have a Man U asset, but I might put him on the bench because I have Rashford. So I'm going to say something about that game. Yeah, I think like I was going to say before, in the last 3 or 4 games that both teams have played, right? You'll be funny to know that Man U has the upper hand. Manchester United has had the upper hand. The way they get to play City is different. Yeah. They know they are, in quotes, a smaller team quality-wise to City right now.
Man U,
I'm actually trying to praise. I'm actually trying. No, but this is fact. Yeah, it's the same way they felt when they played Arsenal, right? And I think they're going to use the same tactics against Arsenal.
The smaller team tactics.
Yes, the smaller team tactics, but it's fine. So I think Man U is going to use that smaller team tactics against Man City, and sometimes it works. I mean, it worked against Arsenal, right? Yeah. Where they try to soak in all the pressure because they can't play ball with Man City. And that's what they did with Arsenal. And that's why Arsenal fans thought they played better in the match. But Man U's strategy was on point, right? So they're going to understand the City game.
So wait. Before
soaking the pressure.
See.
Let me just land on this. Understand the City game, soaking the pressure, right? And they're going to do like loft passes or true passes for a counter attack. Which is why we should be careful on judging how this match goes.
So where I was going to stop you or add to your say was exactly. I was going to say. So what you're trying to say now is, Man U assets might not be a bad thing to have for this game.
The why don't you bench Rashford? Because Man U should score. You've been outlets.
Yeah. So I'm not even looking at a Man U win or a City win. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Whenever I see that a game is going to be tough with fewer goals, right? I tend to keep the assets on the bench.
Honestly, I'm just going to say this straight. I don't think the Man City Man U game is going to be a match of fewer goals. I feel City are going to overpower Man U hands down. I see Haaland scoring a brace.
Okay, so we've gotten that
scoreline. Yeah, maybe like, I don't really think City United will score 3-0.
Okay, so let's the final 3 games. We have Southampton, Everton, West Ham, Wolves, and Leicester, Nottingham Forest. So I'll let you choose.
Leicester, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, Leicester. I don't know. Leicester. I don't know, man.
See, if you think about it,
don't do that. Please, let's cut it. It's Leicester.
It's no. I know. I mean, it's just the cruise.
So yeah.
Leicester, man. I don't know. They've not really done anything this season. They're yet to prove themselves.
So has Nottingham Forest.
So has Nottingham Forest.
But they have assets.
They have assets. Madison, Barnes. Great assets against Nottingham. I'm looking at those.
West Ham moves. So West Ham too is another team that I don't know what's going on. They have good players, but
cool. Bowen has not been there.
Yeah, Antonio's not been there.
And Wolves have been rigid.
I think for now, still off West Ham assets. They're not yet where they should be.
Wolves. I mean, we're not seeing anything.
A defender from Wolves.
They don't score.
Maybe a defender from Wolves.
Yeah, but they won't be conceding. They don't score and they concede. So hey,
Aston Villa Leeds. That's an interesting game.
I don't think there's anything to talk about in that game. There's nothing to talk about in that game.
You got Martinez keeping.
Anything.
I said there's Martinez, Bailey info, very good differential.
That Bailey guy.
There's nothing to talk about in that game.
Okay. I think we have covered it. So basically, let me just do quickly. Your captain for next week.
Tempted to.
Don't lie to us.
Salah.
See, if you lie to us, if he lies to us, please. Pepper him, drag him.
This is me, Salah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prof.
So it's going to be between Ivan and Haaland.
It's still one.
As in, I don't leave him.
Okay, so I'm because I'm not decided yet, but first choice, Ivan.
Your first choice is Ivan. So basically, just know that he's probably not going to be Ivan.
Ivan the broken.
What?
Yeah, let's
Ivan
go.
the broken.
So yes.
Whilst Ivan Tony is a good choice, I'll still stick with Alan every day.
Permanent captain.
Permanent captain.
Throw the keys, man. Throw the keys.
Yep.
So personally, because he's Man City and they're playing Man U, I think it's a game for a big game player. So I might just go for De Bruyne.
Bruyne, yeah.
You know,
KDB.
he's a big game player. It might just, De Bruyne has a way of just doing
I wish I could
one
have him as
goal.
Salah.
Just scoring that one
look for him to have him
goal,
as Salah.
scoring 2 goals. I don't, because I look at the fixtures this week and there are a lot of tough fixtures. You have Arsenal, Spurs, you have, the Manchester Derby, we have Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
Man.
So I don't
quite
see it
dicey.
being a very high scoring week. I don't see
I
that.
want to ask a question.
All right, please.
And I'm going to start a question from here. Yeah. Then you guys, what do you think the Man City Man U game will hold? What do you think the scoreline will be? You said 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
What do you think it will be?
I think 2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
What do you think it will be?
2-1.
2-1. Okay, so I get your captain choices, but I get his more. You get, because if he feels like it's going to be 3-0, then he expects like a brace from his captain choice.
Yeah.
But if you feel like it's going to be 2-1, right? That's for him, not you now. Do you get? The question I was meant to ask is different. If you feel like it's going to be 2-1, then what exactly are you expecting from De Bruyne?
I believe
a part in both goals.
Yeah.
A part in both goals.
Yeah.
That's actually tough. Then with Liverpool, what do you think the scoreline will be?
I don't think it is.
3-0.
3-0, and then the Salah brace.
Yeah,
Okay, so I get both of
assist.
them, but I'm not getting you.
No, because this is the thing.
I
This is the thing.
I don't think it's going to be tough for a player like KDB. KDB can do anything at any point in time.
No, but if he said 3-0 like you,
Yeah.
then I get that KDB is going to be involved in 2 goals. You
He could
understand?
still be involved in 2 goals. He could still score both
See,
goals.
this is the thing about it.
That's
eh.
pinpoint.
That's a
Salvy,
permanent.
Salvy, but do you understand where I'm coming from? It's what
more goals, more options.
yeah. So it's what goes about your captain choice.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So Brentford is playing Bournemouth. Do you get? And I understand that Bournemouth is also weak in the air.
Yeah.
And they have a weakness from their left side where Mbeumo will come in through and all of that. Which
But
is why I
Bournemouth
trust Tony.
Bournemouth had, if you look at this thing, I think they had, they got points from the last 2 games.
Yeah. Well, it's just caretaker syndrome.
So the truth about it, which is what I'm trying to say, exactly. So we don't really know the Bournemouth that is coming in. Now, Brentford is also that team. So like I said,
I'm waiting for a strong Bournemouth. I think they'll come out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe that, they seemed a little more settled than they did with Parker. So even at that, I don't see that being a high scoring. I don't see this whole game week being a high scoring game week. So because of that, I believe that it's going to be the guys that are going to score are going to be big game players.
Official Naija FPL. Laugh at me if I'm wrong. Praise me and call me the prof if I'm right. Ivan Tony.
Yeah, I said it. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take all this one pointing at the camera. Mr. Point. Break. Okay, welcome back. Now to finish up this week, we had the international interlude, and that would have affected a lot of things. I mean, we have a couple of injuries. We have some people in form. We have some people that we really think after that we need to pick in. What do you?
Yeah, so we have injuries. For Arsenal, for instance, Tierney came out with a head injury. Although, as an Arsenal fan, I'm glad his head and not knee or hamstring.
Yeah,
or
so
all
he's
that.
obviously probably not going to play.
So Party 2 didn't play the 2 nationals. In fact, the doctor had told him to go back to Arsenal and all that. So I'm hoping it's knee. I'm hoping it's something light because Partey is very integral to Arsenal, and if he's not playing, then Jesus and Co won't perform. Then we have
you have Isaac on your team.
Isaac is out. 25% chance of playing. He has a leg injury and all of that. Stones is also out. We saw him with a hamstring during the English game. Hamstrings normally take like 3, 4, 5 weeks, so he's also not an FPL choice right now. About that. Those are like the injuries I can pinpoint right now.
Kante seems to be back.
He's back in training, and
Aubameyang hasn't. I mean, we do expect.
To score.
Anyway, that's even the Chelsea thing. Now, who do you think? Who do you think showed a bit of form and might actually come back into, coming hot?
I will call one player. I
have one player in my head. I'm wondering if it's the same player.
I'll call one player. Yeah. And I saw him play. And
the guy bald. I hope it's the same guy.
Bernardo.
Silva.
No, not Bernardo Silva. Sorry, Manchester United. The
Anthony.
Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno. Yeah, Bruno played. Bruno played.
Bruno played. Did you see?
I think the player that is going to
I saw
come.
what he played.
I think the player that is going to come off from form this season or this after this league is actually Saka. His confidence is coming off. He was just international.
But the first game, I didn't like where he played left wing back.
No, that's my point.
I don't Southgate, not on.
I'm
him.
even talking about. I mean, he came on the second
He
game.
came on,
Played
made
in
an
his
assist
wing
and-
that he was known for and had an
Mount.
impact in all 3 goals.
Yeah.
So it showed a certain.
What Mounts?
Well, Mount is also a player that but I'm not sure. What I'm trying to bring out
So,
is
but
the difference.
this has been Saka from beginning of the season. You guys realize?
No, but Saka has
Saka didn't
this season.
start well
He didn't start well this season.
This season.
Everybody says Saka didn't start well.
But he
Saka
did.
is number 2 highest assist in the Premier League. Same thing he did
Corner
in the English
kicks,
game.
yeah,
the only person ahead of him
But
is De Bruyne. And that's because De Bruyne has
FPL
Haaland.
fine, yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
But gameplay.
No, check it. Like Saka is actually number 2 highest assists.
Yeah,
He's just
so
not
he
been
racked-
going
he-
into goal scoring.
Anyway,
positions.
that's my own choice. I think that's the person that seems to be coming out of form. Anybody else have any other players?
Mitrovic.
Yeah, Mitrovic hat-trick. I mean, it's my team. I've cemented him more. I've had a hat-trick.
Mitrovic
He has to
is
be
on
there.
fire.
Okay. On that note, we'll see you guys next week. Please follow all our social media handles, subscribe, like.
Official
it's
Naija
up here.
FPL.
See, Uchi has told me he's going to put it now. So
It's up
all
there.
our
It's up
our
there.
handles are there. Just click on it, send it to your wives, girlfriends, best friends, everything. Just send it out, man. Let's get this word out there.
Spread the word.
and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.